Last night, I couldn't sleep because of 3 things on my mind. Strange things I did as a kid, the fact that you can't untoast toast, and of course, Reddit stories. Reddit has some of the most interesting yet most disturbing things known to mankind. Well, at least the ones most people know about. Today, I'm going to be looking at some more interesting Reddit stories that are actually true. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. That's all I ask of you. Now sit back, relax, grab a snack, and let's begin. The Shot That Didn't Land, a Skinwalker story. It was the dead of heat of July 2016, the kind of day where the world hangs still, like even the sun doesn't dare move. My grandfather and I sat on the porch, sweat on our brows, watching the horses graze in the pastures like we'd done 1,000 times before. Then we heard it. Hey. A sharp human voice, not friendly, wrong. We both turned at the same time. Did you hear that? I asked. Yeah, he muttered, brow furrowed. That ain't right. It came again. Hey. But it wasn't quite a word anymore. It was starting to bend, hollow, warped, like something trying to mimic a person but not understanding how the pieces fit. That's when we saw it. A coyote had wandered into the pasture, but it wasn't right. Its legs were too long, like it had been stretched. Patches of hair were missing, revealing raw, grayish skin beneath. It moved like it didn't belong in its own body, like it was wearing the wrong skin. Then it turned and looked directly at us, and it screamed. Not barked, not howled, it screamed for help. But the voice didn't come from a throat, it came from inside your bones, echoed in places your ears don't reach. My stomach flipped. Get my rifle, Grandpa said, already standing. No need, he added, turning for the door. Just keep your eyes on it. By the time we returned, the thing had moved closer, still pretending, still crawling forward on those wrong, too thin legs, like it was testing the fence line, testing us. Grandpa raised his rifle, calm and steady. I'd seen him drop bucks at 300 yards without blinking. He never missed. He didn't miss that day either. The shot cracked like thunder across the field. The coyote dropped, dead center. It hit the ground like a sack of bones, then vanished. Not ran, not crawled. It just wasn't there anymore. Get your gun, he said without lowering his. We searched for hours. No blood, no trail, no body. It was like if the earth just swallowed it whole. I asked him what he thought it was. He didn't answer right away, just stared at the pasture like it might come back. Sometimes, he said quiet, a man's bullet don't mean much if what he's shooting at wasn't meant to be seen. That night, we locked the barn, brought the horses in early, and left the porch light on. He never missed, but sometimes, missing isn't the problem. Alright, hold up. Let's dissect this a little. This is like the first time I actually believe this could be a true Skinwalker encounter, but something kind of doesn't feel right. A coyote with long legs, grayish skin, and it talks as well. It's even more creepy that this is happening in a pasture where there's pretty much nothing but land and animals just chilling and eating some grass. So I wouldn't doubt that this could be a possible Skinwalker. I wonder what that coyote looked like, to be honest. Might as well sign that boy up for the NBA. Still, your grandpa though, pretty gangster, man. Bro didn't panic or nothing, he just said, get my gun. It's time for some hunting. Alright, next story. I found a stone with strange symbols as a kid. My dad's terrifying reaction still haunts me. When I was 8 years old, I went on a mountain hiking trip in the city with my family. While walking, I came across this strange stone that looked like a book. It had carvings and writings in languages I couldn't understand, and for some reason, it felt like it was calling to me. My sister didn't come with us on this trip, so I thought this would make a cool gift for her. I picked up the stone and told my dad that I was going to give it to my sister as a present. The moment he saw it, his face changed. He got really angry and yelled at me to throw it away immediately. Before I could react, he snatched it from my hand and threw it far away. Then he grabbed me and told us that we're leaving right now. We went down to the mountain quickly. Until this day, I have no explanation for my dad's reaction or what that strange stone was. It still gives me chills whenever I think about it. What makes this even weirder is that when I grew older and asked my dad about it, sometimes he acted like he didn't hear me, and other times he just said he didn't remember anything about it. But I know he remembers. Even now, if I even talk about going on adventures near the same mountain, he reminds me very seriously never to go there again. What do you guys think that stone could have been? Honestly, I wonder what that stone said as well. Was it Minecraft enchantment table language or something? Cause I could translate it for you. I got you. In all seriousness though, I think your dad knows something you don't. Either something happened in that specific area that involved who knows what kind of unspeakable things, or something else. The story's a bit mysterious, but I don't know. Moving on. None of us can explain this experience. The events of the story are true. I don't know if it was a glitch, a time slip, but it still freaks me out. One time when I was around 9, I was sitting in the back of my sister's Jeep Cherokee, along with my cousin. She was also the same age as me. My sister was driving, and my other cousin, around the same age as her, like 17-ish, was in the passenger seat. My sister always took me with her to run errands or trips to the mall. On this day, my younger cousin was at my house and we were playing in the backyard, till my sister just had to tag along. Anyway, we're driving on the freeway, and we see a carnival with rides. The Zipper, that crazy unsafe ride with the cages that spin, could be seen, as well as the Ferris wheel. Me and my cousin were begging my sister to please take us. She said no and made that same exit. It was the same exact exit to head right on some main road. The carnival was situated on the left. On the ramp, we were on the red light, and my sister said she promised we would go after she returned this shirt or something, and my older cousin needed to buy these shoes on sale. This was before smartphones and stuff, like late 90s. Besides myself, everyone in the family knew that my sister was always amazing with directions. She even told us she knew exactly where to park, so we didn't have to walk far or deal with the traffic. I specifically remember that when walking into the mall, we could sense a very faint smell of the carnival elephant ears / corn dogs and stuff. We go into the mall for like no more than half an hour and walk into my sister's truck. Me and my younger cousin were so happy and excited. All of a sudden I remember noticing I didn't smell the carnival anymore. It was probably just my excitement, so I didn't even say anything. We get in the car and make our way around the loopy parking lots and inner streets to finally get into the same road we came on, which also takes you to the freeway. The second we turned, there was nothing but a continuing road on both ends of the freeway exits. No large gates blocking traffic, no large wires on the ground, no distant sounds of children screaming and laughing on the rides, no scent of elephant ears. I'll never forget us all just staring at the blank road. My older cousin in the front seat says, "What the heck, did they press a button and the whole carnival just went underground or disappeared?" Nobody laughed. We all thought the same thing. My sister then put her signal on, turning left on the ramp, which was originally blocked a half hour before, and we headed home. There was no way the carnival shut down, packed, and vanished that quickly. Even if they were, the rides were going. Kids were yelling, laughing, it was all lively. But even if they started to close down that same instant, it would be impossible to disassemble the Ferris wheel, all the rides, let alone the barricades to block incoming traffic, or the wires and cones. To this day, we all remember this story in perfect detail. None of us can ever explain how this was possible. By far one of the weirdest things I have ever experienced. Aw, heck no, man. The fact that everyone literally experienced and saw the same thing generally makes me think twice about certain things. It's like deja vu, you know, those one moments in life where you kind of just think, wait, didn't I already do this? But this time everyone around you feels it at the same time, and now you absolutely trip balls just trying to figure out what the heck is going on. Honestly, I would think the same thing. The fact that the park just vanished just like that, and it wouldn't even make sense because if you saw it, smelled it, and even heard it, then it has to be there, right? It can't just be like a mirage or something. This one's trippy, honestly. I like the quality post though. Next. Story my buddy told me happened to him outside my house. If you read my last story about my experience at my parents' house when I was living with them, this one is a little different. It happened around 2022 when I was already living on my own. One night my friend came over to hang out. He texted me from the driveway saying, "Hey, I'll be there in a minute. I'm smoking a Joe." About 5 minutes later, he finally came inside. As soon as he walked in, he asked me, "Hey, B, were you just outside?" I looked at him confused. "No." "Why, what's up?" Then he told me something that still creeps me out to this day. He said word for word, "I was sitting in my truck smoking and I saw you come out your front door. You walked in front of your truck, went around the passenger side rear bumper and crouched down like you were hiding. I swear, you were just staring right at me." I'm sitting there thinking, what the heck is he doing? So I turned on my headlights and there was nothing there. I sat for a couple of minutes just to make sure you weren't messing with me before I came inside. Now, Jay is not the kind of guy who makes stuff up. He's never been into pranking or scaring people. And I could tell from the way he said it that he was serious. Even today, if I bring it up, he swears that everything he saw that night was real. And the thing is, I believe him. Alright, hear me out. I figured it out. Doppelganger.
Oh, hell no, man.
Okay, in all seriousness, yeah, I don't really know what could have happened here, to be honest. Either this was a prank, your boy is straight capping, or this was just something completely unexplainable, you know? Alright, let's read one more. I think my English tutor is an AI. So some backstory that you might need about me is that I'm extremely dyslexic. You might be able to tell from this post. I have never been good at school and I'm especially bad at English class. So my mom signed me up for this class chat based tutoring thing with the hopes that I would eventually agree to work with an in-person tutor, which I hated the idea of. The website allows you to sign up for sessions with a bunch of different kinds of tutors, although it's a pretty local service as it's provided by my school. And most of the tutors seem to be just amateurs. So I started working with this tutor and we meet once a week to work on essays and reports and stuff like that. He's also one of the only tutors on that site without a profile picture. So anyways, I was working with him for a few weeks when I really started to think that something was up. Number one, he talks like ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT a lot for my assignments, and so I know how it speaks. Very encouraging and uses a lot of dashes and exclamation points. He also never has any typos. This is all stuff you would expect from an English tutor though, so I didn't think much of it. Number two, he responds unusually fast. He is seemingly able to write entire paragraphs in no time at all. I'll ask him a specific question about a passage and he pretty much immediately has an answer. Number three, he seemingly has a shut-off time. My mom pays for him to tutor me after school from 6 to 7:30. And every time at 7:30 on the dot, he sends a very cordial goodnight message and leaves the chat for the night. He never even goes 1 second over. We could be in the middle of working on something, and at 7:30, he will stop no matter what and log off. Number four, he doesn't seem to exist anywhere outside of the website. No LinkedIn or social media or anything. I can't find anything about him anywhere outside of the clearly AI written bio on the website. Anyway, I wouldn't actually be creeped out by this if it didn't seem like they were trying to hide it. There's no mention of an AI at all on the websites, and even though I haven't asked him about it yet, it's still clear that he's trying to pass as a person. Honestly, I'm not actually sure about all this, and I could just be going crazy. It might just be a really good tutor. The website claims that they are going to introduce video calls with tutors soon, so I think I'm gonna try that with him. He's a great tutor, though. No hate to him. You know, the weird thing is that this is 100% possible in today's day and age. Which is scary, I know. Because if you know how to set this all up, you could 100% make this happen as well. And pretty much anyone can do this. Not everyone, but you know what I mean. Goodness gracious. I don't doubt that your tutor might be AI, man. Most of us use Google 90% of the time when we need help anyway, so the fact that this could be AI makes a lot of sense, but at the same time, it doesn't, you know? The fact that the tutor left on the dot as well doesn't even make sense. A real person would leave 10 minutes before the call and call it a day. What kind of person leaves at the exact time? Come on now. Seriously, my guy. You might want to look into something else to tutor you because otherwise, you might be just wasting your money.